Alrighty, friends. Good evening, and welcome to another episode of the happiest podcast on YouTube. We thank you all for joining us this evening. Moving along towards tonight, we have a very special guest to talk to, and at any time during tonight's stream, you are more than welcome to stop us at any time for discussion. Also, make sure during today's stream to hit that like button for us. And if you are new, please consider subscribing. It's free to do. And share us out to other Disney and theme park fans, uh, which is also free to do. So let's get started. So, starting off, we have, like I mentioned, a very special guest joining us this evening. Um, so please help me welcome my co-host, Disney with Matthew, once again. Uh, and then for our special guest this evening, we have our good friend Tony O. Tower is also
Hey,
joining us.
hey everyone.
Nice to see you, Tony. Uh, please tell our viewers where people can find you and any new content to check out.
Hey everyone. I am Tony O'Towell and my YouTube channel is called Tony O'Towell, where I talk about the Hollywood Tower Hotel, Disney tips and tricks, and of course Tower of Terror trivia. You can find me on you can find me on YouTube and Instagram, same username. That's who I am.
Very nice. And what about you, Matthew?
All right. My name is Magic with Matthew, and I'm on YouTube, and I just did a podcast not that long ago. So please check that out. It's on replay, so please check it out. It's Magic with Matthew, that live stream, that podcast, Disney and Universal rumors, and also you can follow me on social media on Instagram at MP in Orlando, and in Facebook, Matthew Perdomo, and then TikTok is MP3 Basketball Zero. So please check those out.
Very nice. And last but not least, you can follow me here on the Tube Amusement Park Parents on YouTube. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Threads, and I just started a Twitch channel as well. So you can check all those socials out as well. So greatly appreciated. All right, so before we jump into today's topics, I would like to welcome some of our friends that have joined us this evening. So we have Tony O'Tower in the chat, also moderating for us. Welcome in. Got Patrick Julian. Welcome in, sir. Good to see you. Magic with Matthew holding it down for us. Got All Aboard with Blake. Welcome in, friend. We got Lisa Chandler Videos. Welcome in, Lisa. Nice to see you. And it looks like I see she sent 2 silver stars, which is 2 jewels. Thank you so much, Lisa. And that's about it. So come on out, say hello to us. Don't be shy. We are here pretty much all night long. So, all right. So, let's talk about some deals that Disneyland just recently announced. To start things off, Disneyland has recently announced a new limited time $59 ticket, which let me pull it up on screen here. Let's see, there we go. So they announced a $59 ticket, evening ticket. This will include admission to either Disneyland Park starting at 7 p.m. or Disney California Adventure at 5 p.m. on Sundays through Wednesdays from July 12th through August 5th. And park reservations are required. But then, adding on to everything, we got a new update from Scott Gustin. he said that the $59 Disneyland evening ticket is no longer available for purchase. Disneyland could make additional tickets available in the future, but it's now marked as currently unavailable. So what are your guys' thoughts first off on the $59 ticket that they randomly announced?
Honestly, when it comes to that ticket, the moment I saw it, I was like, heck yes, hallelujah, let's go for it. But then I remembered that Disneyland has a very limited size capacity in comparison to Disney World. And you know what's wild? Is running. I know I'm going off tangent, but literally Disneyland can fit inside of the Magic Kingdom's parking lot. But going back to the ticket, I was literally like, oh my gosh, $59 to go to Disneyland in the evening. I would definitely take that during the hottest time of year because honestly, I wouldn't want to be going through during the day when I'd be roasting, toasting, and couldn't enjoy myself. So I could be like, well, just spend $59 just to do an evening in the parks. But then, well, they sold out. So that's a big bummer. But hopefully, Scott is right, and Disneyland will announce a second batch during September.
Disney with Matthew, what are your thoughts?
Pretty much, I definitely agree with Tony, and yeah, honestly, if it's like $59 for a ticket for the evening, I'll definitely take over for Disneyland to purchase it, and that would be amazing, and that's my opportunity to go to Disneyland and pay the $59, for one ticket to the two parks.
Absolutely. Um, let's see. Um, so my thoughts on this $59 ticket. I mean, it's honestly. I mean, people are. Let me backtrack real quick. Um, surprisingly, from what I've seen with crowds this past summer, um, I feel that it's very. I feel that it's a really nice time to go to Disneyland this summer. Um, and the reason in why I say this is because um, if you go on like a Sunday or any day that our home nations since the World Cup is happening, um, and if you go on like a day where like Mexico or U.S. or Canada is playing, um, which not anymore, not going into sports talk, um, but it's really nice to go to Disneyland because mostly everybody's at home uh, for the World Cup. And so when they announced this $59 ticket, um, I was kind of excited at first, but then they're looking at people that that ways that people could actually go to the parks. Like lowering the ticket in it is kind of a good thing, to be honest. So that's kind of how my thoughts are. Um, maybe because the World Cup is happening, and they pretty much see the low attendance of crowds, and you know that could possibly be why. Um, but then I also know that this $59 ticket, sold out too. So so that's my thoughts. Um, let's see. And then another thing that Disney recently announced was that Disneyland announced a new offer coming soon for Anaheim residents. 1 day, one park tickets starting at $71. 1 day, one day park hopper starts at $104. Valid visits for July 20th through October 8th. And on sale tickets go on sale this next Thursday. So, what are your thoughts on this offer? Only for Anaheim residents.
I honestly like this is like really interesting because I like how Disney like since the World Cup is happening and yeah, the cheapest that I can get is for that $100 for that ticket. And and especially for the summer sales and go to the one park ticket for like Disneyland or DCA, which is that's one of my favorite parks. And I love to if I lived in California, I'd love to go to Disneyland and pay that 1 day ticket if I lived in California. Maybe in sometime in the future if I plan on moving to Anaheim.
How about you, Tony?
Honestly, for me, when I see that $71 ticket, I would definitely take that ticket because usually for me, whenever I'm going out and about, I want to have a really solid vacation day. I usually spend in about from $60 to $100. So I might not, if I was in Anaheim and a resident, I might not. I'd be like, let's just go. And I would probably, if I could drum up some more money, I'd probably take a few cents just to have a really relaxing day in the park. And I also really do like the $71 price point because that resembles the prices back in the early 2000s and in 2013 when I recall getting my very first Disney ticket in 2013.
Tony, sorry to interrupt, but I think your sound is a little choppy. So,
It is actually very crackly, and you also sound like robots on my end. That is so bizarre. Like, literally, everybody sounds like a robot, like a very staticky robot. Yeah.
let's see. So while Tony is fixing his his things, his excuse me. Just want to welcome in Tyler. Tyler Brudd, welcome in. Let's see. You okay, Tony?
I am back. Can you hear me?
Uh,
I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure what's going on in my audio.
Tony, you're still choppy.
Let me try refreshing.
All right. So while Tony is once again, so my thoughts on this $71 ticket. I mean, it's kind of a little. It's kind of similar to the SoCal resident ticket. Um, but I would say for if anyone is interested, and if you live in Anaheim, please consider this ticket. This is pretty much the lowest that you can get, and basically from like July 20th through October 8th, you're still gonna get the low crowds of the summer. followed by the ending of the 70th anniversary, followed by, ending of Paint the Night and starting up a Halloween season. So you still get those opportunities as well. So I highly urge anyone listening or on the replay to consider buying the $71 tickets if it's so just wanted to all right, sounds good, Tyler. So what are the guys' thoughts in the chat? Feel free to type your thoughts down on the 2 ticket offerings that Disneyland has recently announced, I think this past week. But Tony, I'm not sure if you shared your thoughts about this.
Alright, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello, anybody home? Hello, hola, hello!
You're still muffled, Tony. All right. Let's see. We got Lisa, Tyler, Patrick. So good to see everybody. Let's see. We got Stephen Kenyon. Welcome in. He says, hello, friends. Welcome in, Stephen. Let's see. We got Cece saying that's awesome how Disneyland is doing that. Absolutely. And then Tyler says, with party seasons soon approaching, they want to fill any late day vacancy. It's a good plan for and by Disneyland Resort. I agree, Tyler. With end of summer slowly approaching, I would say this is the most affordability that you can get, and especially for if anyone is going to D23 as well. Forgot to mention that earlier. D23 is also involved during this type of length of time, I would say. So, let's see. So with that being said, let's see. So Lisa asks, where are good places to stay nearby if you easily go at night and back safely? So basically, as far as like good hotels during the Disneyland Resort go, I think we covered this on a previous podcast, but I would recommend staying at the outside hotels near Disneyland, because if you want to stay like in the park itself, then you would be getting like at least around $500 or more, I would say, or more. But I would say definitely try looking at hotels that are near the park. So, but other than that, So let us go ahead and move on while we are waiting for Tony to hopefully get um, her sound back. Let's see. Magic with Matthew says, I highly recommend Best Western Hotel. So if Lisa, if you're still in here, um, or anyone that's listening on the replay, um, Best Western might be the good hotel to go. Um, so, let's talk about something different from Disneyland. Let's talk about some Halloween Horror Nights news that just dropped.
All right, moving on to our next topic. Universal Hollywood and Orlando has recently announced a new house that is coming to the HHN for 2026. This will be based on the original Hellraiser trilogy, where you enter a realm of pure pain and become part of Pinhead's nightmarish ritual. Let's take a look at the trailer for this new thrilling maze.
All right, here we go.
Ah, you're back. The trick of the game is knowing when to quit. 'Cause once you're hooked, you've already lost. Unleash Hellraiser, one nightmare of many, only at Universal Halloween Horror Nights. Only at Universal. Unleash Hell.
Sorry, I was muted. So Matthew, what are your thoughts on Hellraiser coming to Universal Halloween Horror Nights at Hollywood and Orlando?
Honestly, this will be amazing, and I can't wait for the trailer to start over again from HHN for the previous years since the beginning of Universal opening day since 1990, and I'm honestly really excited for these two parks, in the one in Hollywood and the one in for my main home park, Universal Studios Orlando. So very interesting to look at into it, and I want to see more information about that when it goes to my birthday on October 24th. So I would definitely want to check more into that and more info, and I love to see everything a new haunted maze that's going to be coming to Orlando and Hollywood.
Very nice. And my thoughts on all this, I am so excited, even though I have not seen Hellraiser, but we're pretty much going to. I think it's going to be a great maze no matter what. But I am going to see if I can pull up some of the information on Hellraiser. If I can just look for it here. Because okay. Where is it? Hang on a second. I'm pulling up some information here. I also see, it's me, David T. Welcome in. Make sure to check out our good friend David T., part of the Disney Streamer Network. Cece said, that looks awesome. And then Lisa says, I love the circus theming. I'm obsessed. Absolutely. But, let's see. Oh my gosh. So, from my understanding, while I'm looking at the trying to see where that Hellraiser um, thing is that it basically it will be in the Curious George parking lot for Halloween Horror Nights Hollywood. And okay, here we go. So here are the details for Hellraiser. So since its debut in 1987, Hellraiser has become one of horror's most influential franchises, introducing audiences to the chilling mythology of the Lament configuration puzzle box, which when solved opens a portal to another dimension inhabited by ritualistically torturous beings, the Cenobites, and their leader, the iconic Pinhead, also known for the blending psychological horror with graphic imagery and philosophical themes of pain and desire. All right. And then it goes on to saying, now for the first time at Halloween Horror Nights, guests will experience this nightmare personally in haunted houses on both coasts that draw from the first 3 films, Hellraiser, Hellbound Hellraiser 2, and Hellraiser 3, Hell on Earth. Additionally, legendary Pinhead actor Doug Bradley will reprise his character and lend his voice to both haunted houses in Hollywood and Orlando. The terrifying experience begins as guests enter the iconic Lament configuration puzzle box, unwittingly summoning the Cenobites and opening a gateway to a diabolical dimension where unspeakable horrors await. From the shadowy attic in Frank Hutton's family home, where he was first cast to hell, to the disturbing Shannard Institute, where the legendary box lures guests with its promise of forbidden pleasures. Fans will encounter haunting moments and send endings from the Hellraiser franchise at every turn. Their unnerving journey ultimately lands them in the labyrinth where Pinhead and the Cenobites lie in wait for new souls to torment for eternity. So that's kind of the details from this new maze. And we see some new friends in here. But Matthew, what are your thoughts after hearing those details?
Honestly, Hellraiser looks the profile picture looks amazing, and I like the way of how the graphic design is, and I like it. And honestly, very interesting story, like what you said about these 3 movies, and this actor is going to come back for the new one. So I definitely want to look into that, and I want to see like more excitement about this, and more Universal will explain them more to us, and in the next couple of weeks. So I definitely want to look more in info of that. And honestly, this is going to be a heck of a good scarer for both coasts.
Absolutely, and I'm just going to say, even though I have not seen this movie of Hellraiser, I just know that it's pretty much going to be good if you are a fan of Hellraiser. And plus, this is something that Universal has never done in the history of Halloween Horror Nights. So it's gonna be worth it. Let's see. Let's open it up to the chat for their thoughts on this new maze. I also see some new friends joining as well. We have the Magic Zoo Crew Ironically, they said, of course, right after 4th of July, it's Halloween time. You know it, Magic Zoo Crew. Let's see. It's me, David T says, I'm telling you folks, these guys have nothing on Charlie the janitor from the Dent Schoolhouse. Okay. Let's see. And then Tyler says, Matthew, have you seen the Hellraiser movies? He says no. No,
No.
either. So both of us have not seen any of those movies. But we got time. Matthew has a month. I got plenty of time, at least until later in September. Um, but yeah, that is the new house coming to Halloween Horror Nights 2026. Cannot wait. But let's talk about this weekend, or this past weekend, which Magic Zoo Crew pretty much, mentioned. So last weekend we celebrated the 250th anniversary of the United States of America. And during that weekend, there was a lot to celebrate, not just the Disney parks nationwide, but also the other theme parks nationwide celebrated as well. So recently, I had the chance to go on opening day of Soarin' Across America, a Disney California Adventure, and I thought that the attraction was fantastic. Since I didn't really share my thoughts on stream last Thursday, I thought it was fantastic. The visuals were amazing. The transitions were smooth. The only complaint I would have to say is, oh, welcome back, Tony. Oh, wait, shoot. Welcome back, Tony.
Hey, sorry about the technical issues. Can you hear me now?
Yes, we're just talking about this past weekend, 4th of July.
Nice.
But otherwise, Soren was fantastic. Transitions were smooth. The only complaint, though, was there was not as much smells as you would be getting at the other versions of the ride. So, but I want to open up to everyone else in the chat and all our guests as well. So, from last Thursday when I streamed it, what is everyone's thoughts on the new Soarin' Across America at DCA?
Honestly, my thoughts, like when I watched the stream, my honestly for Epcot version, I definitely agree. Like people, I saw some complaints about the people like with the smells of the scent of the attraction. So that's the number one complaint. But everything else is amazing. I did watch a video that they used Apple Vision, so like Apple Vision Pro for the scenes of Soarin', and I honestly really enjoyed it. And I watched behind the scenes, and I hopefully I'll get to ride it soon before it goes away. And I really enjoy Soaring Across America. It's really a fantastic, ride to get it for the third version. It's just my honest thoughts.
Honestly, for me, when it comes to Soaring Across America, I wish that there were a few more scenes and that the scenes had smoother transition or actually lasted a few seconds longer, because from what I can tell, the scenes feel a little rushed instead of just being able to savor the moment. And one thing that really struck out to me is there was a scene of cows, and instead of just lingering at the cows, it felt like I was being rushed and flown over the cows, rather than just me being able to, rather than me just being able to take in the scenery, a little breather, and then it goes. That is why I love the Grand Canyon rafting scene, where I could literally watch the raffles and actually and I actually got really curious what the raffles were up to.
Very nice. Let's see. The Magic Zoo crew asked, "What would Mount Rushmore smell like?" Ooh. Um. To be honest, I really have not gone to Mount Rushmore, so I have literally no idea. Um. Oh my gosh. David T says, "I thought you were going to say no beverage service on Soaring Across America." Oh my gosh, David.
Wait, and I know it's kind of
Thank you.
strange, but Mount Rushmore does smell like cement. I was there in 2009 during my spring break to South Dakota, and it smells a lot like pine tree and cement mix.
And then Patrick Julian says it's without a doubt fantastic. The difference between both Epcot's and DCA is the ending. So, spoilers if you would like to see for our version, it does not end with the Epcot Bowl. That's pretty much all I have to say. Um, and then Tyler says, "I think Soaring Across America really opens the door to Soaring over anywhere. The animation is so seamless, we would have Soaring over any location, real or fiction. It really opened my eyes to what's possible." Absolutely, Tyler. Um, let's see. And then Lisa says, "Wouldn't Mount Rushmore smell like cement?" I mean, I would assume so, right? I mean, technically, I mean, I guess uh, Mount Rushmore could possibly have like those, because it's like a mountain area, right? So it's could possibly smell like anything. And then the Magic Zoo crew says, "I guess they could pump in a saltwater smell for the beach scenes or smog for the city scenes." Uh, let's see. And then we got Buzz Lightyear fan. Welcome in, Buzz. Good to see you. He says, "Hello, Tony, Blake, David, and everyone else." Welcome in, Buzz Lightyear fan. Good to see you as always. All right. Um, and then might as well, might I just comment on uh, the DSN. I have never seen it so filled with 4th of July fireworks. Like, it was insane. If you guys would like to see what it looked like on 4th of July, go to Lawrence's recent monorail report to see what I mean. So it was pretty amazing how the DSN celebrated 4th of July. And I think we had about 7,000 people watching last weekend. So congratulations to everybody for joining all the streams this past weekend as we celebrated our nation's 250th anniversary. So, um, but up next, Disneyland or Disney celebrated America this past weekend with dance parties, fireworks at Disney World. Um, and at Disneyland, there was a short cavalcade, including fireworks, a special World of Color pre-show, and military bands in honor of this amazing milestone of our nation. So, Tony, what are your thoughts on what happened this past weekend?
Can you hear me? Can you hear
I
me?
think you're muted, Tony.
It's really strange that there's like this really strong crackle and this really strong static feedback noise. So when it comes to the 4th of July weekend, I was blown back by the fact that if you stood in front of the of the American Pavilion in Epcot, you literally could see 2 fireworks shows at once, and it was like hundreds and thousands of fireworks.
Tony, I think you're muffled again. But anyways, as far as my thoughts are concerned, from this past weekend, I think Disney parks, did both Disneyland and Disney World did a great job, expanding their 4th of July celebrations. They expanded across 3 days, so the 3rd, the 4th, and the 5th. And I thought they did a really great job, as well. So, but feel free to drop in the chat. What are your guys' thoughts on this past weekend with everything that happened with the cavalcades and the fireworks, the DJ dance parties, all that? Actually, let's do Matthew first. Then feel free to drop in the chat your guys' thoughts.
What was the question? I'm really sorry.
It's okay. Basically, from what happened this past weekend with the dance parties, the fireworks at Disney World, the cavalcade, fireworks, and a World of Color pre-show at Disneyland, and of course military bands performing across the park as well, and the flyover at both Magic Kingdom and Epcot.
Okay, my honest thoughts, like the flyover military was really cool, and this is the first time that Disney ever done it before in Disney World, and for Epcot and Magic Kingdom, like this is like the first time I've ever seen it on social media, and I really liked it. And for the 250th anniversary of America, which that was really cool. And honestly, my thoughts of this parade at Disneyland, Paint the Night, that it's really sad that it's going away, and I don't know if they're going to return it back to Disneyland anytime soon. Probably not, but just my honest thoughts. But and yeah, that's pretty much what I have to say.
Absolutely. And my thoughts on what happened this past weekend. Unfortunately, I couldn't be in the parks to celebrate during 4th of July weekend, um, especially on 4th of July at Disneyland because it was way too crowded. But my honest thoughts were our cavalcade seemed simple. It was nice. It was nice to have 3 nights of fireworks instead of just 1 or 2. And it was really cool to see the flyover at Magic Kingdom. Shout out to Thad, Theme Park Giant, for catching it live. And all the streamers as well, first of all. And, from what I've watched on the DSN, it was really, I thought it was a great weekend. So, and hopefully they do it again next year. Have at least those 3 nights of partying. So, but let's see. Catching up with the chat here, Lisa Chandler Videos says it was amazing, and it was an amazing weekend for streamers. Absolutely, Lisa. Magic Juzukru says didn't go to MK since it was way too crowded, but saw folks' footage and streams, and it seemed awesome. Did get to see the flyover exiting the Disney World bubble. Very nice. Lisa asks, I wondered why they didn't have more planes in the flyover. I wonder the same thing. Me too. Let's see. Let's see if I can get the flyover. Let's see. Is it on the Disney Parks blog? Yes. Let's see. No, it's me, David T. Says, no input for me. I was tied up with my local stuff. Very nice. Spent most of my 4th of July in a deserted Galaxy's Edge, lol. Very nice. And very smart, too. Let's see. Okay. So I think this was the flyover from Magic Kingdom. So, in case if you guys didn't get to catch it live, here it is.
Happy 4th of July!
As part of today's celebration, the United States Air Force will present a flyover high in the skies above the Magic Kingdom and Epcot. And for my viewers at home, here's an exclusive look at these incredible aircrafts. Today's flyover will feature the HC-130 Combat King II aircraft, flown by the 39th Rescue Squadron, and 2 HH-60 Jolly Green II helicopters, flown by the 301st Rescue Squadron.
And I thought that they did a great job at showing what's above the Magic Kingdom and Epcot as well, too. And we got Monk's Disney Strolls in the house. Good to see you, buddy. Welcome in. There's another member of the Disney Streamer Network that also streamed this past weekend for the 4th of July. Let's see. Lisa says, do you know why they call it a cavalcade instead of a parade? I wonder that same thing. And I don't know why Disney decided to do that anyways. So I would say a cavalcade is like very minimal floats, but then parade it's kind of a bigger. And we got John Corndog in the house. He says, oh, hi friends, welcome in, John Corndog. Well, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. All right, so enough talk about the 250th of... Oh, and by the way, sorry. And by the way, if David, if you're still in here, I searched up Charlie the Janitor Dent Schoolhouse. And if David, if you're still in here, friends, if you're under the age of 18, this should be supervised by an adult, but this is what he looks like here. Oops, and I just zoomed in a bunch. Okay, there it is. So, if David, if you're still in here. Okay. So that was what he looked like. So then another thing that happened this past weekend was I got to ride for the first time in a few months of Pirates of the Caribbean. And if you guys went on my previous podcast, Pirates of the Caribbean closed for refurb on May 4th of this year. But then it reopened last month, but this time with a new pirate. And this is basically what he looks like. So, Matthew, what are your thoughts on this new animatronic?
Okay, so my thoughts for this new animatronic, this is like quite similar to Haunted Mansion at Walt Disney World for the Hatbox Ghost. Like similar, but honestly, I like that his face, it's all projected. But the number one issue is like why would they like add an animatronic of a new pirate and why did they put him there as a pirate and the skeleton of his face? Like it's really cool. Like his face is like quite similar to Hatbox Ghost at Magic Kingdom at Haunted Mansion, but and the technology is really cool. The quality is fantastic, but the number one issue like is why Disney kind of like not put in the right direction of him putting him there.
Right, and for reference, for our Walt Disney World friends that have not experienced Disneyland's Pirates of the Caribbean, this new animatronic is in between that second to last drop near the dead skeletons and all, where they, they have like chess or they are playing chess and also the captain sleeping in his bed, um, and where the voice mentions like um, some type of curse. So just for reference, but my thoughts overall on this pirate. Um, I think for me personally, I like it. It's better in person for me. But the only complaint that I would say is that the sound effects are a bit annoying. Just imagine hearing this while you're riding through the cave. Just imagine hearing that in a quiet, dark cave. When there's really nothing going on besides that. And you can still hear them before you reach the battle. So, that's pretty much my thought. How about you, Matthew? Do you kind of agree?
Obviously, agree. It's very annoying, and obviously, like the sound effects, like when you're up close, is like sounds like a bit off, but when you're really close, and that's my honest opinion, just my reference and my opinions for that sound effect, and I like this new pirate. It's really interesting.
Right. Catching up with the chat here. Let's see. Magic Zoo Crew says, "Well, I thought it was cool." And then Tyler says, "I think the videos are a bit misleading. It's pretty far away from the boat. It's pretty far away from the boats, and to get a real close look at it seems difficult." I agree, Tyler. Like when I videotaped it to premiere this past Monday, I tried to get enough zoom in on the new pirate so you guys can kind of see, but I do agree, Tyler. Um, let's see. And then Lisa Chandler video says, "I don't understand why animatronics aren't much better in 2026. I agree. And I mean, also, if you guys think about it as well, that, Disney recently removed the projection faces on Frozen Ever After in Walt Disney World. with those nice animatronics that you get from like Tokyo or Shanghai. Even Tiana's, both are Tiana's in Walt Disney World and Disneyland. Get that same animatronics, but um, I mean, I'm not sure why Disney decided to do this. But then, if you think back to the latest D23 or Walt Disney and Imagineering video, which I'm not sure if I can pull it up right now, but they did use that same sort of technology for this, and many of us speculated it might be for the new event Infinity events. So I would say that it's nice overall, but again, like I pretty much mentioned that the sound effects, they need to definitely tone it down. And then Matthew says they are using AI for animatronics. I'm not sure. I mean, it doesn't look like AI, but Magic Zoo Crew heading off. He says it's bedtime later, y'all. Have a great night, Magic Zoo Crew. Thanks for joining us. All right. So, enough talk about the new pirate. Let's talk about D23. You're muted, Matthew.
Yeah. All right. On to our next topic. D23, the Ultimate Disney Fan Event, recently announced some more details for the weekend of D23 Expo. There's going to be a new Alan Menken concert celebrating the Disney classic Disney films. We all know and we love to celebrate Disney, Enchanted, and so much more. So, any of your thoughts in the chat and APP?
All right, so this is what Scott Gustin recently posted. This is the full schedule of events in D23. So we got Friday, we got a 125 years of inspiration of Walt Disney. We got Ink and Paint from Disney Animation. Like what Matthew was saying, we got 20 years of Enchanted. We got the quests ahead for Disney Lorcana. So if you are a Lorcana trading card fan, this is something for you. We also got another event with Puzzling Team. This is basically events for the rest of the weekend as well. So we got a Tinkerbell panel. We got a Disney Marvel panel. We got Disney style around the world. So I guess this is kind of a showcase of fashion and other stuff. And then, of course, this is kind of interesting. If you guys are fans of Walt Disney, they are doing a Great Moments with Walt Disney as they share humorous stories and rare footage of Walt Disney, showing the comedic side of Walt Disney. And then we have some Disney experiences auction. So if you are a fan of the Disney parks, and if you want to take some of it home with you, then that would be your go-to experience. And then, of course, they're celebrating the 65th anniversary of 101 Dalmatians. And then, of course, the Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse as well. So, but my thoughts on all this for D23, I think it's very fun for people which I believe they are all in the kind of convention center. But I would say that they got some great panels, great discussions, um, and interesting things. I'm most excited for the experiences or the Disney parks auction as well. Also, and especially Alan Menken, because who doesn't love Alan Menken? You know, Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, um, so much more Disney classics. Um, but let's see. Feel free to put them in the chat if you guys um, have any thoughts. But Tyler says, I saw they put a static skull mask on the figure and turned off the motion and sound. Yeah, I saw that. I believe that it was the 4th of July. Shout out to Mondo Five Fires for catching it. And because it was down pretty much most of the day. Let's see. Lisa says for Matthew, AI for what part? I heard sometimes if they talk to you.
Like that's what I'm thinking, Lisa. That's what I'm thinking. Like Disney's probably using AI, like for the animatronic of the the from the pirate animatronic. That's just my honest thought right there.
But yeah, honestly, if I going back to our discussion with D23, if you guys are planning on going to D23, tickets are still available. So if you want to experience all of this for yourself, highly recommend going to d23.com to purchase your tickets, or the D23 website to purchase your tickets for that weekend. All right, so for our for our last topic of the night, Disney recently announced that I forget. Let's see. Disney recently announced that some of the offerings for this year's holiday season at both Walt Disney World Resort and Disneyland Resort. So, starting with the Disney World Resort, they recently announced dates and characters for Jollywood Nights at Disney Hollywood Studios and Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party at the Magic Kingdom. And by the way, tickets for both of those parties begin tonight or today. For all of our general guests. And then resort guest tickets already can purchase tickets as well. So for Jollywood Nights, we have 6 dates in November. We have 7 dates in December, and then new for 2026, Jollywood Nights will be through January. So January 3rd and 5th. If you are planning on going to Jollywood in January. For Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, they only go through November and December. So November 8th through December 22nd. So if you guys are interested in going to both of those, tickets are now on sale. So what are your thoughts, Matthew, on the dates for Jollywood Nights and Very Merry.
Oh, this is going to be interesting. I've never done Jollywood Nights, but I have done Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, which that was fantastic. I went 5 years ago, and definitely more excited to do Jollywood Nights because I never done it at Hollywood Studios. So I definitely want to look forward to. Definitely want to look forward to into that. So I want to get more information to get Jollywood Nights, and I love to check it out and get all the free cookies and free hot chocolate.
Absolutely. And my thoughts on all this is it's very nice to. I'm very looking forward to seeing all the streams since I during that time I'm planning not to go to Disney World, but I look forward to seeing the streams and enjoying all of the festive fun uh, during those. And surprising too is we actually talked about this on Lawrence's monorail report that the reason possibly why that Hollywood Studios is expanding Jollywood Nights to January is because of poss- uh, of their breaks. Uh, Kids at school have winter breaks, and so during this time, and pretty much it's all about that. So um, let's see. And then Tyler says Jollywood was so good last year. I look forward to them topping themselves again. I agree, Tyler. And then he also says the jazz music at the Brown Derby was amazing. Absolutely. Um, and then another thing that recently dropped the last month was the gingerbread house, the gingerbread Floridian. Um, They will not be continuing the gingerbread houses this year. Instead, they will create new miniature holiday displays for the resort. That will be and details will be shared later this year. So, Matthew, what are your thoughts? Uh-oh. So, Matthew, what are your thoughts on the disappearance of the Grand Floridian gingerbread house that will be missing this year?
Honestly, this is very disappointing, and this is gonna be like this is the fan favorite, and it's really sad when things go. And this gingerbread house was a fan favorite, and that was my favorite too, at the Grand Floridian. Looking at the pictures of it back in the day when I used to live in Miami as a former tourist, and yeah, so it sucks, but we have to move on from that.
Absolutely. My thoughts for overall on the Grand Floridian uh, not having their gingerbread houses. Um, I would say that it will be missed. I mean, for all of the Floridians out there um, that uh, that really liked the gingerbread house that they do. Um, I definitely feel your pain. And yeah, especially um, it will be missed, especially so. Um, but at least with the new look, like what Tyler is saying, the gingerbread house was nice, but it is time for a change along with the new look of the lobby as well. So um, I definitely agree on that, Tyler. Yes, thank you, Buzz. Make sure to hit that like button for us if you are just joining us. We welcome you to head on in the chat if you guys are able to as well. Greatly appreciate it. All right, and then last but not least, as far as the Christmas announcements, unfortunately, we did not get to hear the rest of the Disneyland Resort fun for 2026 holiday season, but we did get to get to know the ride overlays that will be happening once again at the Disneyland Resort. So the first thing that's going to be returning is Small World Holiday. They also announced that Haunted Mansion Holiday will also be returning along with Halloween Time, the extension of Halloween Time. Mater's Jingle Jamboree will also be returning, and Luigi's Joy to the World will also be returning to Cars Land, and then, of course, the stunning holiday decor across the Disneyland Resort. So, what are your thoughts, Matthew, on all the ride overlays coming back to the parks this holiday season, to Disneyland?
Honestly, I love It's a Small World holiday overlay. That's like kind of like one of my favorite holidays for Christmas, and I love when it goes for the Christmas overlay, and I enjoy it. So that's why I chose your Christmas version of in Disneyland over than my version at home at Walt Disney World. My version does not do a Christmas overlay. So that's my honest opinion.
Absolutely, and I want to welcome in Kobe Wiggle. Welcome in, Kobe. Welcome. Good to see you as always. Thanks for joining us. All right, so that is going to call it for topics. But now it is part of the stream where we turn things over to you, which is the chat. So now it is time for some Q&A. So if you have any questions about anything we talked about, our guests, or anything in general, feel free to drop them in the chat. Let's see. Kobe
and then
Wiggle.
also I forgot one more thing.
Go ahead, Matthew.
Okay, I forgot two more things. And also you mentioned about the Christmas overlay. Honestly, I really like honestly really excited for the Haunted Mansion. Not the Nightmare Before Christmas overlay. That's like actually the best version I have ever seen in my life, and that I would like to go to that one pretty soon when it's coming up to very close to August. So, when the time comes, and definitely want to check it out. And then honestly, I would like to know what is the Mater's whatever Christmas whatever it is.
Mater's Jingle Jamboree.
Yeah, Jingle Jamboree. Honestly, I want to know what it is, and I'd like to check it out, on your live streams. For the Mater, for Mater Christmas overlay. So I would like to know all about that.
Absolutely, and I'll pretty much try my best this holiday season to hopefully go on all of the holiday overlays at Disneyland. Haunted Mansion Holiday, Small World Holiday, Jingle Jamboree, Joy to the World. So, all right. So, first question goes to Kobe. Says, when you going live at Disneyland? So Kobe, so we are not going live tomorrow from Disneyland. It was supposed to be tomorrow, but I moved it to a different day. So the next live stream from Disneyland that is officially confirmed is August 2nd, which I will get to momentarily when we end today's live stream. Let's see. Tyler says the longtime champion of the worst QS meal at quick service meal at Walt Disney World. The Mongolian beef and stir fry at Sunshine Seasons, the land Epcot, has been replaced with barbacoa and carnitas Royce Bowl. What is the new worst quick service meal? And I think that might go to Matthew for that one because I have not eaten a single meal at Disney World.
Okay, the worst I've ever had. This has been a long time ago. I think I'm gonna have to say the worst one. I think the worst one I had was at the Food and Wine Festival. Like, actually, no. What's it called? Oh, yeah, it's Food and Wine. I think it was the shrimp. No, New England slider actually, because it was actually like it's just so much like not like salt enough. So like that was the worst one. That was like that I've ever had. So just my honey opinion on that.
Absolutely. Let's see. And then as far as me, I go, as far as for me, for the worst quick service meal, so far I have not really had a worst quick service meal. I think everything's been pretty consistent at Disneyland, so that's a good sign. And then Kobe says, did you see Moana live action and Toy Story 5 along with Minions and Monsters? No, I have not seen either of those movies. I think Moana comes out tonight, I believe, in theaters. So, how about you, Matthew? Have you seen any of those three movies?
I have seen all 5 Toy Story movies, and it was pretty good. I just saw the 5th one just a week ago, so that was really good and entertaining. So, I'm not gonna spoil it, but it was really good.
Nice. Let's see. And then David T is heading out. Says, friends, I need to call it a night. Busy day tomorrow. Pete McDevitt is coming to town with Preston for the Reds game Saturday. Have a great evening, folks. See you real soon. Have a great night, David, and have fun tomorrow with Pete McDevitt and Preston. And go Reds. So, but good night, David. Have a great time. Let's see. Okay. Let's see here. Catching up with the chat. Let's see.
All right.
So, Matthew, do you have any questions for me, or I do?
I want to say, like, are you planning on going to D23 this upcoming August for next month?
As far as D23 in August, kind of thinking about it. Um, Depends on, finances and such. So far, I'm not
Okay.
a D23 member, so um,
All right.
let's see. Hassan Pluto TV Terrell says, "Oh, welcome in. Hope you're doing well, Hassan." All right.
All right. You. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just. I was not. So I'm not saying anything.
Okay.
So, if there are no further questions, I guess we're going to go ahead and wrap it up for this evening. But I guess both of us can speak for Tony, since he was our guest this evening. So, guys, please make sure to check out our good friend Tony O'Tower. He has been working so hard on his channel, and I think he's almost at. Let's see. Let me check to see how many more he has. He's about 7 more friends from making 700 subscribers. So please, if you can drop Tony O'Tower's links in the chat, that would be greatly appreciated. That was our special guest for this evening. So please, if anyone has not checked out Tony O'Tower, make sure to give him a follow. He does art streams every Sunday, and he's all about the Tower of Terror. So, he just streamed 5 days ago over there in Colorado. So, make sure to check him out. All right. So, Matthew, what are would you mind telling our viewers where they can find you and any new content to check out?
All right, guys. Please check me out on YouTube, Magic with Matthew. Please subscribe and please help me to get to 50 subscribers so I could do a mobile live stream at the parks. And make sure to follow me on social media, MP in Orlando, and Facebook, Matthew Perdomo, and TikTok, MP3 Basketball Zero. And also, please check it out, and I'll text you whatever you have any questions. Please feel free to DM me on Instagram or Facebook, whatever you want to text me. I'm always available. And also, please check out my podcast video on my stream. I just did it a few days ago, so please also check that out. And let's help me get to 50 subscribers, and we'll start a mobile live stream at the parks real soon.
Very nice. And last but not least, you can follow Amusement Park Pirates on all of our socials. Here is a QR code on the right-hand side of your screen. Um, I am on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Threads, and of course, I mentioned this earlier, but I do have a Twitch account. So if you guys are on one of those platforms, feel free to follow, give it a follow, give those a follow. I would greatly appreciate that. So let's thank our trusted travel advisor, um, Nick from Ear to There Travel. So if you're thinking about booking your next Disney trip, Ear to There Travel is the way to go. At no extra cost to you, they can help you plan your next dream vacation, whether it's at Disney or any other destination you have in mind. Use the link in the description to submit your request and start planning your next dream vacation. We hope you enjoy your trip. Also, if you would like to see when your favorite streamers go live all at one time, check out the Disney Streamer Network, where you can watch up to 58 live streamers all at one time. Which, speaking of the DSN, each channel is doing a fundraiser for the Children's Starlight Foundation. Starlight works to brighten those difficult moments by providing programs designed to bring smiles and laughter back into a child's day. From hospital gaming stations and virtual reality experiences to toy deliveries and special activities, Starlight helps children focus on being kids instead of focusing only on their illness or treatment. Every donation, no matter the size, helps support these meaningful moments of the children who need it most. And for every donation gets a fun challenge to do around the parks. I invite all of you to consider participating in this as we continue to make a difference in this wonderful community. If you haven't already done so, please smash that like button for us. And if you are brand new, consider subscribing, which is all free to do. I also want to shout out our amazing moderators, keeping the chats clean, engaging, and positive for anyone who enters the chat. Thank you for all of our members, our Patreon watchers, our Ninja watchers, as well as all of you for joining us.
All right. Make sure after this live stream to comment below what was your favorite part during the podcast, or if you had fun during tonight's stream. It will be greatly appreciated. Also, we are currently raising funds for the Children's Hospital of Orange County. Every donation helps support the amazing care and life-saving work they provide for children and family in needs who have mental illness or illnesses or with cancer. If you're interested in donating, please scan this QR code right now on the right hand side of the screen. Thank you in advance for your support. And
also, I wanted. Oh wait.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
It's okay. I also wanted to remind everybody our next podcast will be a very exciting podcast for especially our haunt community fans out there. We are having the Esco Sliders joining us next week, not next week, but the following 2 weeks, rather, for another podcast. So make sure you join us July 23rd, where we are going to have the Esco Sliders join us as well. So I also want to thank our channel members. To those gifted or donating a membership, I truly appreciate the support. And as always, until the next live stream, we will see you all in the parks real soon. Good night, everybody, and have a wonderful weekend.
Good night. Thank you.
a second. Alrighty, guys. There's no outro tonight.